Hey there, future professionals. Welcome to Employability Plus, the channel where you'll find everything you need to build the skills that get you hired.
Hello friends, welcome back to yet another session on new topic, new day with you, Arun. In today's discussion, we are going to see how to create data validation in Excel. So before we start creating data validation in Excel, let's understand what do we mean by data validation, why it is important, when we use data validation, how we use data validation, how we create a data validation, right? Now, so when I say why we use a data validation, let's answer that question. Now, when you're working on a data, okay, it is very important that the data is accurate, consistent, and reliable for making an informed decision. Because if the data is not having the quality which you expect, right? If the data has duplications, if the data is not complying to the standards, not in the format which you wanted, then it is tedious for us to create a meaningful insight from that data, right? So it is very tough for us to create some meaningful information if the data is not formatted or not in the way we wanted, right? So that is why we need to have data validation. Now, why when we use it, let's understand when we use it, especially when you are consolidating data, when you're getting data from various other sources and trying to consolidate the data. We need to restrict the user, right, in a way that they send the data the way we want it, not the way they want it, basically, right? So we need to restrict the user by giving certain limitations to the user, restricting them with certain conditions, right, for each type of data, right? And how we are going to use it, we are going to see now, right? So let's see this table. Here we have employee id, name, mobile number, age, department, salary, and start date. So when I say employee id, it is between 100 to 999. Now what we have to do is we have to give data validation. In that, you can just give whole number between 100 to 900. So whole number is allowed, data is between, minimum is 100 and maximum is 900. So when I give that, if I type something at 902, system will not accept. Very simple. System will not accept. Somebody is sending you a data, okay, or you are entering a data, right? You are sending it to another person to enter the data. When you set this condition, they cannot type anything lesser than this value or higher than this value. The range, higher than the range. So we can use this option called data validation in that whole number. Similarly, if you expect someone to enter the information only as text, not in number format, okay, so we can set that as an expectation in data validation. So we can use data validation. You can use a formula, okay. In that you can go to custom, okay, equal to, let's say equal to custom equal to is text. Say this is B column 3, right? So I'm just giving B3 because this particular text is B3. When you copy paste this data validation, it will be applicable for all the cells basically. But we you should not do it for all the cells at one stage. You have to do it for one cell, and then later you can drag and paste it in for other cells also. So it is a relative reference only. It will be whatever you do it, it will be just can be copied to other cells. Now in this case, I'm giving okay. If I type some numbers here, because we have kept is there, okay, where we kept it in the custom option, and we kept is text this option. So the user cannot enter a numerical value; they can enter only text value. Similarly, you are asking someone to enter the mobile number. Mobile number usually comes with 10. somebody's typing more than 10 digit. Let's say they're typing something more than 10 digit. System will usually accept it. Excel will accept it unless you put some restriction. Now, how to give restriction here? We can say that data validation, say text length minimum is 10. We can just say, or we can say that, yeah, it is better we use between. Minimum is 10, maximum is 10, because you cannot have less than 10, you cannot have more than 10 also. Both the cases you have to ensure. So we are giving between, minimum 10, maximum 10, giving okay. So when I type something more than that, okay. Similarly for age also you can give between. That is also you can use the same any value. You can use between, or sorry, we can use uh, let's say text length. In this case, yeah, it is a value. So in this case, we can use whole number, minimum 18, maximum 65. The whole number we can. Somebody typing 67. A department, they want to enter the data. For department, they have to choose the department name, rather enter the data. The reason being, they may make certain errors. By typing, what happens? If I type HR, I may type HR department. I may type human resource. I may type HR. So I see, unless you suggest them the exact, the text, they may type the text on their own, on as per their convenience, right? Somebody type human resource, they type human resource department. We need to tell the user, right? We need to give the choice to the user to select from the list. The list has to be created by us only. How to create a list so that user will only select the value from the list, not type on his own, on his or on her own, right? So give data validation. There's an option called list. In that, okay, source, you can either type it, okay, like you can type comma IT, comma HR, comma finance, comma marketing. You can type it, or okay, there's a typing option, so the user will get the list. You can do it like that, or you can just select from the range. Like let's say list. In that I'm selecting the list. Instead of typing it, I already have the values, so I select it from the list. So what happen? It will come with, it will come like this, to choose A, B, C, D, like this. Here it is, right? So this option is available in data validation list. Hope you are clear with this, right? Right. So like list we can create, and then salary also you can have certain values we can mention, right? And in this case, let's say start date. We can give data validation date. We can give the date also. Start date. What is the start date? What is the end date? You can give the same format. Let's say 01/01/2020, and then 31/12/2020. So they can type only between these two ranges. They cannot type other than that. If I type 1/2021. Everything is possible in data validation. You can use this option, data validation. You will find all these options are available. Now, whenever I type a wrong value, system is saying a common message. This value doesn't match the data validation restriction. But in this case, I have to suggest the user to select from the list, not this standard message. So the standard message, I have to just mention him that I want to, tell the user that, communicate with the user that you have to select from the list. So what you can do is data validation input message. Okay, you can just say select from the list instead of default one. So this one you can keep it as error, right? Then alert, error alert, always go with stop. Don't give warning. I'll tell you. I'll show you where is the difference, right? Now at this point of time, you just mention error message select from the list. This is error. Think see, you have to do it in error alert, not in the this one. The reason being, it will only show you when you are selecting the particular cell. error alert, it will come default. It will come along with the message. So go with error alert, not input message. Go with error alert, title, error, and select from the list. Now give OK. If I type something else, it will say error, select from the list. I can give retry again. But I cannot change. I can only select from the list. I can only select from the list. I cannot change it. But if I give an option where I give a warning instead of stop, if I give a warning, it will warn the user, right? But still it will accept the entry of the user. In the sense, you can either select or type. It will say select from the list, continue. You will say yes, continue. It will accept your values. But most of the times when we are doing a data validation, it's suggested that we use a stop option so that we can prevent the error in the data. Right? I hope you understood these concepts, right, very clearly, that how and why we use a data validation. Thank you.
While we started with advanced Excel, you will soon learn about Power BI, social media management, Google Analytics, sales management, job search strategies, and everything else required to enhance employability. So what are you waiting for? Hop on over and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video from Employability Plus. With just one click, you'll be on your way to leveling up your skills and getting ahead in the job market. Let's make those career dreams come true. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.